Thank you for tuning in and checking out Unlucky, a memoir. My name is Kat. Everyone has a story. This one just happens to be mine. I wanted to share a little bit about this week on gratitude and the gratitude I have for the amazing things that have happened in my life. The communities I'm allowed to be a part of that support me wholeheartedly and only want to help me do good. The family I still have in my life that supports me with everything that I do as long as I stay on this path. And last is the friends and people placed in this path that are only here to help me move forward and continue in this recovery journey. I am so grateful for all groups and people that have come into my life that not only want to help me succeed and move forward, but it reminds me of a quote, what I'm going to tell you here. Never become so thirsty that you'll drink from any cup that's presented to you. I talked a little bit about this in a video a couple weeks ago about emotion and acting on emotion and how detrimental that had been to my life, whether it be good or bad emotion, right? So I have an opportunity that just came up and been offered a position with a recovery organization that looked like a dream come true. It seemed too good to be true. So that's how I took it. And I was scared of good things in my life from the trauma of my past life telling me I'm not worthy of good things. So I interviewed with the person, and they seem to really appreciate me and see the work that I've put in the past year. With that being said, at the end of the interview, I was told the position is mine. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't so desperate that I jumped right on it. Because throughout my life, if you offered me something that seemed just slightly better than where it was at or what I had, I would leap and grab it with desperation. I was able to tell this person that I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to need time to think about it and make an informed decision. And he said, okay. This person in the interview met all my non negotiables, which is another thing that I never had in my life. I never felt brave enough to bring those to the table when I know the things I need in my life. I still was too scared and ashamed to bring them up, thinking I wasn't worthy. This time I did bring them up, and he met them all because he saw my worth. Now, in that week that I took between being offered this position and accepting the position, I sought counsel through many people, my brother being one. And it's funny that this should have been my first thought, but it wasn't because my mind was clouded with distrust of the situation. But my brother asked me one question: how will it affect your sobriety? How will it affect your recovery? And that really is the one question that really needed to be asked, and probably the only question that needed to be asked. And when I looked at the situation and realized the stress I'm in the current situation I'm in, compared to this new opportunity, it was a no-brainer. I knew it wasn't going to affect my recovery. If anything, it would help it, and at worst, it would be a lateral shift. So after talking to my brother, I waited and took it to my church community and people I trust for guidance there. And the handful of people there that I brought it to also seemed to think it was a good move. So then I took it to work, where I work in another recovery organization, and my supervisor and other people that I work with that work in this type of work also said it sounded really great. I took it to my men's group on Tuesday night, and sat with them and discussed it. And again, I found nothing wrong, but see, I needed to make sure I was looking at all the angles, that I wasn't just jumping from the frying pan into the fire because it looked and sounded better. And this is very foreign to me because this isn't how I spent my life. Like I said, if I saw an opportunity that just appeared to be better, I jumped right on it out of desperation and need. And most of the time, it wasn't to my benefit after I'd been there a minute. So I'm grateful that over the past year that I've worked on myself enough where other people see the work that I put in and offer me these opportunities. I no longer have to grieve through the good times waiting for the other shoe to drop. I've come to learn that good things do happen when you're being a good person. I'm doing my best to follow my moral compass and do the right thing. So therefore, the right things tend to happen in my life now. I know that when good things happen, I need to celebrate and enjoy them because life isn't always good. So I need to appreciate when things are going well. And truly, my life is going really well right now. There's a lot of things going on outside and around myself that don't directly involve me. This brings me back to a time probably about 10 or more years ago. I had a roommate. We were in recovery. And we had friends around us just relapsing left and right, and chaos and problems. We used to have a daily Zen calendar on the mantle of the fireplace in the house, right? And every morning we'd both come down different times, just check it out. That morning we ended up down there around the same time drinking coffee and looking at the quote of the day. And it was a quote from one of my favorite movies, Cool Hand Luke, Paul Newman. Sometimes nothing is a pretty cool hand. And really, it is. Like, I have some good things going on in my life, but nothing way over the top. I don't have drama going on in my life. I'm still sober, still in recovery. I still have the communities that I belong to, the family that I've had in my life since I've been sober, and friends that truly care about me. And I'm not trying to rock the boat anymore. I found that if I just keep moving forward and do the next right thing, things tend to work out. And I have faith that even in the bad times, that I'll be carried through and make it out the other side. I've been carried through so much through most of my life. And I'm here, and I have to believe that there's a plan and a reason why I'm still here. That I'm not one of the people I talked about last week that are gone or in prison. I'm still here for a reason, to carry my message. I'm here to be a little bit of that hope. I'm truly grateful to all of you who follow along on this journey with me and listen and watch these videos every week. Just doing my best, and I appreciate all of you. With that, please like, share, subscribe, all those YouTube things, and get it out there. So maybe some other people can hear this. Maybe it helps, and maybe it doesn't. But we'll never know if we don't get it out there. Thanks again for tuning in to Unlucky Memoir. My name is Kat. See you next week.
Discard! Discard! Discard!